Welcome back. Let's pick this up right there where I left off before. Saying that in John 6:63, it's the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. That's talking about how the world was like clay, and God formed the earth and everything on the earth, and Jesus being the way, the truth, and the life. Life created the earth. Life created life on the planet. But see, this world we live in nowadays, as in society, we have catchphrases that are negative. Scare me to death, you're killing me, bored to death, and over my dead body. Why is a lot of the things we talk about got to have death in them? Why do you want to confess somebody's killing me? And I have a bad habit of that. And it's not meant in the context that it says, but you know what? The devil's not out here trying to decipher what you said. You said, you're killing me. That opens doors that we don't even understand. People have no idea that words are spiritual containers. Words release power. So how do we speak faith-filled, nourishing words? To answer that, I have to use an old saying, practice what you preach. When we were saved, we received the measure of faith. And I keep looking over my glasses so I can see the battery life on this on my camera. I want to try to get in another part of this lesson today, but I didn't charge it. So I'm dealing with very little on my camera. But practice what you preach. When we were saved, we received the measure of faith. We all got the measure, whatever the measure is. We'll just say that. Or a seed. We got the seed of faith. Faith is alive, and we need to treat it like a plant that needs to be tended. We have a plant in the house. We got to water it, set it in the sun. We got to give it all those things that it would get outside. We need to nourish it. Well, in like manner, we need to nourish that seed of faith and let it grow. Because you remember last time I talked about faith can be great, can be little. Faith can die. It's like that plant. See, you can't just throw words at your faith. They have to be words of God. Let's look at Proverbs 18 and 20 and 21. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat it. Let me ask you. It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Shall love what? You shall either love death, or you shall love life. And you're going to eat the fruit of it. If you love life, you're going to eat the fruit of it. Jesus is life. So he is the Word. If you like death, you're gonna always gonna say stuff like, "Scare me to death," "You're killing me," "Bored to death," "Over my dead body," and whatever other acronyms out there of negativity. You're gonna eat that. Because your words are spiritual containers. See, words are like food. They are both good for you and poison. Look at a mushroom. A mushroom, depending on what kind of mushroom you get, can be poisonous or can be good for you. And if you don't know what you're looking at, you don't want to go picking it. Well, words are the same way. They're either life-giving. I ain't worried about the definition of a word. The word is either life-giving or death-giving. In other words, it's either going to lift you up or tear you down. There's no neutral in words. We know there are words that are harmful, negative. They're just space fillers, and they're used for and used in the wrong context to imply negative or hurtful intents. Words that are nourishing are life-giving, encouraging, and uplifting. And I'm not going to, like I said before, I could get into that giggle, garbage in, garbage out. We're talking about faith. And I'm not going to get into definitions of words, and I'm not going to get into the inflections of your voice, where you might have meant one thing, but you said it in this kind of a tone, which gave it this kind of meaning, and that's how I understood it. We're not getting into that. That's that garbage out that gets us off track. And I know that those things are important in communicating. But we're just talking about the words themselves, not the delivery system. Our spirit can be developed to discern between good and evil. This is a spiritual discernment of what you hear. Yeah, we can hear things and understand whether they're negative or positive, but you know, there is a spiritual discernment and the Spirit can tell us, well, they said this, but this is where they're coming from. The Spirit can guide you into all truth, and that is even understanding something that sounds good, but isn't. Now, I know to a point I'm talking about context, I'm talking about delivery, but the Spirit can guide you in that. And that still sticks with faith, because the Spirit will guide you. And you're not caught up on the delivery. You're listening for His voice and His guidance. We can't just go from the crib to the couch, and that is saying we should grow up on the sincere milk of the Word, but we can't go from milk to steak. You know, you're grown and you're sitting on the couch. In the crib, you need milk. On the couch, you sit there and watch TV, and you can eat off the plate. There's a process. There's food in between there that gets you used to eating that. Yeah, a 4-year-old isn't on milk anymore, but a 4-year-old ain't eat. It's not over here with a knife cutting up a tenderloin or a big old thick steak like this. And just like that, there's a growth in the Word and understanding. A baby Christian, a little bit past being a baby Christian, can get past the idea of Jonah and the whale, but they might stumble on stuff we're talking about. There's a way of talking about faith that can build them up. There's something in between. That's why I say you can't go from the crib to the couch. We got to know our audience, and we got to have life-giving, faith-filled words to bring people up. And what I want to do is this time it's going to be a short one. I'm more concerned about the battery than the time on the broadcast, because there's nothing worse than trying to get cut than the camera just cutting off. So guys, we'll pick it up right there, and we'll start with Romans 1:17 on the next broadcast. We're talking about, for therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith. That is written, the just shall live by faith. And as we try to go this next week and live by faith, just remember, God loves you. I love you. Until next week, God bless and be healed.